two more little bushes, trees, shrubs, whatever. They're not frost tolerant. Supposedly, I'm not sure what they are, but they're planted and they're mulched. That's really all that matters here. What you had here is like this guy here. Oh, little tree stump sticking up. Constantly stubbing your toe on it, hitting it with the string on the strimmer and busting and, you know, getting in the way of making your motion with your strimmer. Just, you know, I've done various things. I've thought about carrying a spray can and paint the stumps when I hit them, so I know where they are. Like, and I have gone with have carried an axe on my hip, hatchet rather, and just hack it down as much as you can while you're running the strimmer. Physically or whatever, mentally tried to remember where they were and gone back and hand sawed them off with this pruning saw. You know, it's just a never-ending thing here. It will end in a couple years because, like, you know, here's another one. This particular thing had like a grouping of 3 or 4 here and 2 or 3 here, so they don't rot in the grass like that, but in somewhere where you've got some mulch down or whatever you've done, they rot, you know, in a couple of years, and you can kick them off or you can knock them out with your heel or whatever. But here they're just continuously has to be sawed off, hard manual labor. So like I said, these are not frost tolerant. They may die over the winter, but I won't have to cut. That's maybe half a square meter of grass I won't ever have to cut again. These roots will follow the rotting stumps roots down. Water will go up, water will go down, nutrients will go up, nutrients will go down as necessary. Worms and bugs and bacteria it's like the super highway. Live tree roots, but also dead and decaying tree roots. It's not the seed, the information energy super highway. So this is an area now, it'll hydrate a little bit more. Now we've got that. In 2 months somebody will give me some bulbs, or I'll find something or whatever, and I'll just reach in there and just shove it right in. Won't dig it with my hand. I won't need a shovel and a pickaxe and a half a ton of dynamite to dig the ground, because it's just been mulched. So it just makes things better. Absolutely better. There's a potted Christmas tree sitting in about a 9 to 10 inch pot, buried in a hole, filled with, you know, 2 inches of wood chips all the way around them, and then 4 inches of wood chips on top. I watered them once since I planted them in March. Maybe say the 1st of April. Let's say it was the 1st of April. I checked it the other day. It's wet, soaking wet, just absolutely soaking wet. I got them. Fortunately, I got them a little crooked. But when I pull them out for Christmas this year and put them back in next year, I'll straighten them back out. Here's an area that needs more mulch. Just the bare minimum there, just to start, just enough to keep the... I heard a guy once, a teacher, say, oh, it's silly to put a little ring of mulch around the trees. But you know what? If that's all you got, it's a nice start. It's something. If you have to weed whack and cut grass or whatever, at least it keeps the blades away around from there. It gives you, even if it's an 8-inch little strip around there, you can plant tulips there 6 months later, easy peasy, and they'll grow. No fertilizer, no watering, no weeding, no work of any kind, no energy input ever. If all you got is enough to put 6 or 8 inches around a tree, then by all means do it. I mean, look at this tree. It's just a pathetic old... It's actually coming along nicely, but you know, I've done some hacking on her. That was a major slice there. But it's working out. You know, poor old tree. But this little bit of mulch here is going to make this better. This is a high spot. It's a dry, high spot here. It's going to be the driest. We need to cover the whole thing. The chips, threw some strawberries down, threw some chips down. A couple months later, I threw some strawberries down. And then I threw some more chips on top, and you got strawberries. They'll be look like that next spring. Those ones I did, they're, you know, they got a 6 months advantage. Once those, it's just a never-ending abundance. Just throw chips down, and then throw tree branches, leaves, or apple peels, banana peels. Trees just grow out of it like crazy. Plants grow in it. It's the only way to go. Just put a little ring around this. This, I think it's the second largest walnut we have. Been working away. It was covered in ivy and stuff. And got to get the chickens in here to kill the, or not kill, but hold back the ant situation. Every tree needs chickens for a week around it, or on the property. Ants. Everything was overgrown. Everything is musty and buggy, and you know, kind of. But I just put a little, I don't know, maybe 60, 80, 800 liters, say maybe around there a month ago or 2 weeks ago, and somebody gave me some bulbs today, and I just reached in there, and this is what I had. You know, it's not bad. It's got some cover, but it's still pretty hard to try and. Couldn't dig that with your hand and find a bulb in it. You can underneath the chips, though, only in 2 weeks. It's the way to go, folks.